Network breach detected. In the summer of 2025, NSA Cyber operations uncovered a financial theft operation of unprecedented scale. North Korean state-sponsored hackers had infiltrated banking systems across 4 continents. They had positioned themselves to steal $2.3 billion in a single coordinated attack. The money was destined for Pyongyang's nuclear weapons program. This is the story of how signal intelligence exposed the operation, tracked the hackers, and prevented the largest state-sponsored cyber theft in history. The first indication came from unusual network traffic patterns detected by NSA monitoring systems in March 2025. Communications between servers in Southeast Asia showed characteristics consistent with command and control infrastructure. The traffic was encrypted, but the communication patterns suggested coordination between multiple operational nodes. NSA Cyber initiated analysis of the encrypted traffic. The protocol was sophisticated, using multiple layers of encryption and routing through servers in 7 different countries. Initial assessment indicated state-level capabilities. The breakthrough came when analysts identified a vulnerability in the command infrastructure's authentication system. By exploiting this weakness, NSA Cyber gained visibility into the network's internal communications. What they discovered was alarming. The operation was controlled by Bureau 121, North Korea's elite cyber warfare unit operating under the Reconnaissance General Bureau. The unit had established presence inside financial institutions in 19 countries. They had spent 14 months conducting reconnaissance, mapping systems, and positioning for a coordinated theft. Intercepted communications revealed the scope of the operation. One message from Pyongyang to operational commanders outlined the objective. Final preparation phase. Target acquisition, $2.3 billion. Extraction timeline, 72 hours. Funds required for strategic weapons advancement. Failure is not acceptable. The strategic weapons reference was unmistakable. North Korea's nuclear and missile programs required foreign currency that international sanctions had cut off. Bureau 121 had been tasked with acquiring those funds through cyber theft. NSA Cyber began mapping the full extent of the infiltration. The hackers had compromised systems at central banks, commercial banks, and financial clearinghouses. Their targets were carefully selected: institutions with high-value transaction capabilities and security vulnerabilities that Bureau 121 had identified through years of reconnaissance. Intercepted technical communications documented their methodology. In Bangladesh, hackers had obtained credentials for the central bank's SWIFT terminal, the system used for international fund transfers. They had tested small transactions over several months, confirming their ability to initiate transfers without detection. In the Philippines, Bureau 121 had compromised a major commercial bank's internal network. They had mapped the institution's security protocols and identified windows when fraudulent transactions would face minimal scrutiny. In Vietnam, hackers had infiltrated a financial clearinghouse that processed transactions for dozens of regional banks. Their access would allow them to redirect funds from multiple institutions simultaneously. Similar compromises were documented in Mexico, Poland, Ecuador, Taiwan, and 11 other countries. Each infiltration followed the same pattern: patient reconnaissance, credential theft, system mapping, and positioning for coordinated extraction. The intercepted communications revealed the attack timeline. Bureau 121 planned to execute the theft during a carefully selected window. The overlap between Friday banking hours in Asia and weekend closure in Western financial centers. This timing would maximize the delay before fraudulent transactions were detected and reversal attempts could begin. The attack was scheduled for June 27, 2025. NSA Cyber had detected the operation with 31 days remaining. The challenge was complex. 19 countries were affected. Multiple financial institutions had been compromised. The hackers had established redundant access paths that would allow them to proceed even if some infiltrations were discovered. Simply alerting the compromised institutions would not be sufficient. Bureau 121 would detect the response and either accelerate their timeline or retreat to attack later. The operation had to be neutralized completely. NSA Cyber coordinated with the FBI Cyber Division, the Treasury Department's Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, and intelligence services in all 19 affected countries. The response would require unprecedented international cooperation. The first phase focused on intelligence collection. NSA Cyber continued monitoring Bureau 121's communications, documenting every aspect of the planned operation. Each intercepted message revealed new details about targets, methodologies, and personnel. One communication between operational commanders discussed the distribution of stolen funds. Extraction proceeds to designated accounts in sequence. Layer 1, Southeast Asian intermediaries. Layer 2, shell companies in non-cooperative jurisdictions. Layer 3, final transfer to procurement accounts. Timeline for full laundering 14 days. The procurement accounts referenced were maintained by North Korean front companies that purchased materials and technology for weapons programs. NSA Cyber had been tracking these accounts for years. The connection between the cyber theft and nuclear weapons development was explicit. Another intercepted message detailed the human infrastructure supporting the operation. Bureau 121 maintained teams in several countries to provide local support for cyber operations. These teams handled physical tasks that couldn't be accomplished remotely, installing hardware, bribing insiders, and managing the human elements of complex infiltrations. Communications revealed team locations in Malaysia, Thailand, China, and Russia. Each team had specific responsibilities in the upcoming operation. Some would manage money mule accounts, others would provide technical support if remote access failed. All were essential to the operation's success. NSA Cyber mapped these teams through continued signal intelligence. Communication patterns, device identifiers, and location data built a comprehensive picture of Bureau 121's global infrastructure. 23 days before the planned attack, NSA Cyber achieved a critical intelligence breakthrough. Analysts intercepted a communication containing the master list of compromised institutions, the specific accounts targeted for theft, and the routing instructions for extracted funds. The document was the operational blueprint for the entire attack. The list confirmed 19 compromised financial institutions across 4 continents. Total accessible funds exceeded $2.3 billion. The routing instructions showed funds would pass through 47 intermediary accounts before reaching North Korean-controlled destinations. This intelligence enabled precise countermeasures. Working with partner agencies, NSA Cyber developed a coordinated response plan. Each compromised institution would be quietly secured without alerting Bureau 121. The hackers' access would be monitored but contained. When the attack was launched, it would fail completely. The technical challenge was significant. Bureau 121 had installed sophisticated monitoring tools in each compromised network. Any security changes would trigger alerts. The countermeasures had to be invisible. NSA Cyber worked with financial institution security teams to develop stealth patches. These updates would block Bureau 121's transaction capabilities while appearing to leave their access intact. The hackers would believe their operation remained viable until the moment of execution. Simultaneously, law enforcement agencies in multiple countries prepared to act against Bureau 121's support teams. The timing had to be precise. If support teams were arrested too early, operational commanders would recognize the compromise. If they were arrested too late, they might assist in the attack or escape. 15 days before the planned attack, an unexpected development complicated the operation. NSA Cyber intercepted communications indicating that Bureau 121 had accelerated their timeline. A message from Pyongyang expressed concern about operational security. Intelligence suggests increased monitoring of financial networks. Recommend advancement of execution timeline. New target date, June 20th. The acceleration gave the counter-operation 8 fewer days to prepare. NSA Cyber immediately shared this intelligence with all partner agencies. The response was rapid adaptation. Security patches that had been scheduled for gradual deployment were implemented immediately. Law enforcement operations were advanced. Coordination that had been planned over weeks was compressed into days. Throughout this acceleration, NSA Cyber maintained continuous monitoring of Bureau 121 communications. Any indication that the hackers had detected the countermeasures would require immediate response. The intercepted traffic showed no such awareness. Bureau 121 remained confident in their operational security. One message from an operational commander to Pyongyang was particularly revealing. All systems nominal. Access confirmed at all 19 institutions. Test transactions successful. Ready for execution on revised timeline. The hackers believed they were undetected. NSA Cyber ensured they remained confident until their operation failed. June 20th, 2025. The attack began at 1400 UTC. Bureau 121 operators initiated the coordinated theft exactly as planned. From locations in North Korea, China, and Russia, they accessed compromised systems at 19 financial institutions and began executing fraudulent transfers. The transfers failed. Every transaction was blocked by the stealth security patches installed through NSA Cyber intelligence. The hackers' access appeared functional, but their ability to move funds had been eliminated. Bureau 121 operators attempted alternative approaches, backup access paths, different transaction methods, secondary targets within compromised institutions. All failed. Intercepted communications captured the growing confusion in real time. Primary extraction blocked. Attempting secondary route. Secondary route non-functional. Escalating to technical command. All extraction attempts failing. Systems appear functional but transactions not processing. Possible security intervention. It recommend immediate assessment. Operation may be compromised. The assessment came too late. As Bureau 121 struggled to understand why their attack was failing, law enforcement operations began against their support infrastructure. In Malaysia, authorities arrested 4 Bureau 121 support personnel at a location identified through NSA Cyber signal intelligence. Equipment seized included hardware used to manage money mule accounts and communications devices linked to Pyongyang. In Thailand, a coordinated operation detained 6 individuals connected to Bureau 121's financial infrastructure. Documents recovered showed the network of shell companies and intermediary accounts prepared to receive stolen funds. In the Philippines, banking authorities froze accounts identified through NSA Cyber intelligence as destinations for initial fund transfers. Similar actions occurred in Vietnam, Mexico, and Poland. The physical infrastructure that Bureau 121 had spent years building was dismantled in hours. By 2200 UTC on June 20th, the operation was completely neutralized. Total funds stolen, 0. Bureau 121 personnel arrested, 23 across 5 countries. Compromised financial institutions secured, 19. Intermediary accounts frozen, 47. The $2.3 billion that was supposed to fund North Korean nuclear weapons remained in the legitimate financial system. In the weeks following the failed attack, the full scope of the prevented theft became clear. Financial regulators conducted detailed assessments of each compromised institution. The access Bureau 121 had established was extraordinary. In several cases, the hackers had achieved capabilities that would have allowed them to steal far more than their stated target. The Bangladesh Central Bank compromise alone could have yielded $950 million if fully exploited. The Philippine commercial bank infiltration provided access to accounts totaling $680 million. Combined, the 19 compromised institutions held accessible funds exceeding $4 billion. Bureau 121 had apparently limited their target to $2.3 billion to reduce the likelihood of immediate detection. They planned to maintain their access for future operations after the initial theft succeeded. NSA Cyber's intervention eliminated not only the immediate theft, but also the infrastructure for future attacks. Intelligence analysts also assessed the impact on North Korean weapons programs. The $2.3 billion targeted by Bureau 121 was specifically designated for nuclear and missile development. Intercepted communications referenced procurement of specialized materials, payment for technical expertise, and acquisition of manufacturing equipment. Without these funds, specific weapons development timelines would be delayed. Procurement networks that had been established to receive the stolen money were exposed and disrupted. Technical experts who had been promised payment would seek opportunities elsewhere. The financial warfare that North Korea had been waging through cyber theft suffered a significant defeat, but the intelligence value extended beyond the immediate operation. NSA Cyber's penetration of Bureau 121's command infrastructure provided unprecedented visibility into North Korean cyber capabilities. Analyst techniques, operational procedures, and personnel identities were all documented. This intelligence would inform defensive measures for years. The communication patterns that NSA Cyber had decoded revealed how Bureau 121 coordinated global operations. The encryption protocols they used were now understood. The support infrastructure they relied upon was mapped. Future North Korean cyber operations would face defenders who understood their methods intimately. The 23 arrested Bureau 121 personnel faced prosecution in multiple jurisdictions. Evidence from intercepted communications, seized equipment, and financial records documented their roles in the conspiracy. Several agreed to cooperate with investigators, providing additional intelligence about North Korean cyber operations. The financial institutions that had been compromised implemented security enhancements based on lessons learned from the operation. The specific vulnerabilities that Bureau 121 had exploited were documented and shared across the global financial sector. The operation demonstrated both the threat posed by state-sponsored cyber attacks on financial systems and the capability of signal intelligence to detect and defeat those attacks. Bureau 121 had believed their encryption was secure. They believed their 14 months of preparation would guarantee success. They believed the $2.3 billion was already theirs. They were wrong on every count. NSA Cyber detected their communications. The encryption was penetrated. The operation was mapped in complete detail, and the attack was defeated before a single dollar was stolen. This is signal intelligence applied to financial security. This is cyber defense at national scale. This is NSA Cyber. The North Korean regime continues to sponsor cyber operations against financial targets worldwide. Bureau 121 has been rebuilt. New operations are being planned. New institutions are being targeted. NSA Cyber continues monitoring. The communications will be intercepted. The encryption will be broken. The attacks will be prevented. The $2.3 billion that was supposed to fund nuclear weapons development remained in legitimate hands. The missiles that money would have built were never constructed. The nuclear materials it would have purchased were never acquired. Signal intelligence didn't just prevent financial theft, it prevented weapons proliferation. It prevented the advancement of a nuclear program designed to threaten millions of lives. That is the scope of what NSA Cyber protects. Not just money, not just institutions, but the security of nations and the safety of populations that hostile regimes would threaten. Network breach detected, traced, blocked, neutralized. Every state-sponsored cyber operation requires communication and coordination. Every attack plan must be transmitted from commanders to operators. Every piece of stolen data must be exfiltrated through networks that can be monitored. NSA Cyber monitors those networks. It intercepts those communications. It decodes those transmissions, and it provides the intelligence that enables prevention. The Bureau 121 operation was one of dozens of state-sponsored cyber threats that emerge each year. Some target financial institutions, others target critical infrastructure. Still others target military systems and government networks. All of them communicate. All of them can be detected. All of them can be defeated. The next North Korean cyber operation is already being planned. The next target is already being selected. The next attack is already being prepared. NSA Cyber is watching. The signals will be intercepted. The encryption will be broken. The operation will be exposed. And the funds that hostile regimes seek to steal will remain protected. That is the mission. That is the commitment. That is NSA Cyber.